call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts obsession, I will not stop, no I'm never second.
What to expect from the Dolphins playing the New England Patriots? Tua's out, Tua's concussed again, and I think another thing is we should see now, if you look at the first half and you look at the second half and the complete discrepancy in his play and the difference, we can clearly see that Tua was getting it back, and unfortunately again, which is just getting just unfortunately frustrating, is that something derailed him in the middle of that game. Because that game, if he stayed in, I guarantee you he was going to start showing that he was back to the way that he was. And now he's sitting on the sidelines again with an injury, which is unfortunate. So now Teddy Bridgewater is starting. And what we can expect from this game. What I can expect is our run game has been really good over the last couple of weeks. It's just we have not run the ball that much. It's going to be a heavy dose of running, number one. We are going to run the ball with Mostert, Jeff Wilson, a lot. We are not going to allow Teddy Bridgewater to turn this game into a shootout. We are going to just keep it in the midst of our reach. We've played some tough teams the past couple of games. I don't think this is one of them. Of course, it's a division rival, so we do have to be careful, but I think it goes the same for us. We know what the Patriots are going to do. We know what they're capable of. So first off, number one, we're going to run the ball a lot. We are not going to allow Teddy to just start throwing it all over the yard, because I don't think Mac Jones can throw it all over the yard. He's not going to do that. Number two, we are going to, I would say, play it safe. There's going to be a lot of short routes. There's going to be a lot of just let Tyreek, let Jalen Waddle get the ball, get upfield. We're not going to do the tight throws. That's what Tua does. Tua does the tight throws. Tua makes this offense better. Even though people are going to say that he doesn't, he was concussed in the fourth quarter. He clearly was not showing the same person that he was in the first half. But what we're going to do is allow Teddy to just get the ball to these guys. He's just going to dump it off, try and do screens, try and do all these different things to just really quickly get the ball out of his hands. They have a good pass rush in the Patriots, Matthew Judon, and they have a couple other linebackers and defensive ends. They're always well coached. The defense is always going to be well coached. It's Bill Belichick, and you have to account for that. I think now that Tua is out, you don't have a quarterback to rely on, so we need to rely on the run game, which we are going to, and a lot of short passes. Just make sure that you score enough points that they cannot start coming back on us. Can't expect to is we are going to come out firing. This is a pivotal game. I mean, if we win this game and the Jets lose, we are in the playoffs, and Tua probably comes back. I think it might even be really good for him. I think a lot of people are writing Tua off after the fourth quarter, and so was I. I didn't understand what was going on. It was very strange to, I think, everybody. Tua was concussed in the fourth quarter, and if you watch the film breakdown, you can definitely see the first quarter, there was decisive throws, there was quick reads, there was moving and scanning throughout his reads, and you saw if you watch the film, it was a completely different person. He was staring down receivers. He was not making good decisions. He was holding the ball for too long. And it's just a lot of signs where even calling it a wrong play, just a lot of signs of just not being there. And that's symptoms of being concussed. You have a little bit of a brain confusion, and it looked like that out there. It definitely looked like after that hit happened, which some guy on Twitter saw it, he didn't look the same. He looked like he was really struggling to kind of think. And that is to his game. That's the problem, is some other quarterbacks, they don't need to think as much because it's more athleticism, and it's more of just launching the ball at people. Whereas Tua, it's a lot of, okay, how can I arc this ball to get it over the defender, which he did a lot. And you saw that last interception. He usually tries to arc that ball over the defender. It was such a weak throw that's probably where they could tell that something was wrong. Is that last interception to end the game, he kind of just threw it at the chest of whoever it was. And you kind of know as a quarterback, you're not throwing that. It was such a weak throw that it just didn't make any sense. Tua, unfortunately, was going to have an incredible game. He was probably going to have his best game since the Browns game. And it just, as a Dolphins fans, it just sucks because it looked like he was coming back again. I mean, he was making all the throws. He looked confident. He looked decisive. He looked the exact same way that he was before. And it looked like we were putting it all together. And just, unfortunately, he's got to learn how to brace himself for a hit. I think he is trying to fight like he is 6'5", 250 pounds. And he's got to just learn how to brace himself for a hit. He is constantly taking unnecessary damage when you just got to realize that the play is over. You got to think about the game is not over. It's the play. And if you tuck yourself and you make sure that you're not taking an unnecessary hit, you can fight the next play. But unfortunately with Tua, he thinks that if he doesn't make a play, the game is over. And I think he needs to really reevaluate that at the end of the season too, is that you just need to let the play go. Because if you look at every time he's tried to get around, there are very few times that actually goes well for him. If he runs, sure. If he runs and tucks the ball, sure, because he braces himself, he gets down. But when he's trying to escape a defender for a sack, and they've got him, like it's clear, like it's not a leg tackle, it's, they've got him. I don't think I've really ever seen it go well. Yes, sure, if you stiff arm and you push yourself away from somebody, sure. But I've never seen him break out of a tackle and run for a lot of yards. It never really goes well for him. So I think he needs to really look at that and say like, all right, this type of play is not my thing. And I can do better. And when I'm on the field, I'm an MVP talent. But I got to stay on the field. I got to stay on the field. Tua Tagovailoa will come back. Hopefully he will learn from this. I think this is the last thing that he needs to learn from, is that he needs to protect himself. Because I see it. I see it a lot where it's just, he just takes this unnecessary damage on a lot of plays because he's trying to fight and he just needs to let it go. Just go down. Play another play. Drew Brees would do the same thing. Tom Brady, all of them. When it's over, it's over. Just take a knee. Get down. Don't take an injury because we need you on the field. Hope you have a great rest of your day, everybody. Fins up. I think we have a good chance of winning this. And if we do, we're in the playoffs. So it's not over. Please believe in that. It's not over. And Tua will come back. He could come back the next game during the Jets game and get his rhythm back. And again, there's been plenty of teams that have gone into the playoffs and have been successful, gotten hot. We could be that. So fins up, everybody. Peace.